Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm so excited for today's video because we're diving headfirst into the wonderful world of awkward, those moments that make you want to disappear into your shoes. We've all been there. From epic spills to wardrobe malfunctions that'll make you blush, we're counting down the top 10 most embarrassing public moments ever caught on camera. Get ready to cringe, laugh, and maybe even feel a little bit better about yourself. Let's do this thing. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic, the good old-fashioned trip and fall. It's something we've all experienced at least once in our lives, and it never gets any less embarrassing, does it? You know the feeling? You're strolling along, feeling like $1,000,000, and bam! Out of nowhere you're suddenly airborne, and not in a good way. Your feet decide to go on vacation without you. One moment they're right there doing their job, and the next they've completely betrayed you. It's like the ground has it out for you, right? You're left flailing, trying to regain your balance, but it's too late. Gravity has won this round. And the worst part? It always seems to happen when you're surrounded by people, like hundreds of people, and they're all staring. You can feel their eyes on you, judging, even if they're not saying a word. And you just know they're thinking, did that person really just faceplant in public? Yep, they did. And now, you're the star of an unintentional comedy show. And it's all caught on camera for the world to see. Whether it's a security camera or someone's phone, your moment of glory is now immortalized. But hey, at least misery loves company, right? We've all been there and we can all laugh about it together. It's a shared human experience. So let's take a look at some poor souls who experience this very public humiliation. They're just like us, trying to navigate the world and sometimes failing spectacularly. Don't worry, it's going to be hilarious. For us. And maybe, just maybe, we'll feel a little better about our own clumsy moments. Coming in at number 9, we have wardrobe malfunctions. These cringeworthy moments are the stuff of nightmares. One minute you're feeling confident and put together, and the next minute, your clothes have other plans. Zippers break, buttons pop, skirts get caught in tights. It's a fashion disaster waiting to happen. And of course, it always seems to happen at the worst possible time. Like during a big presentation, a first date or worse, on live television. But hey, at least it makes for some pretty entertaining footage, right? Just try not to laugh too hard when you see these wardrobe whoopsies. We've all been there. Ah, the art of putting your foot in your mouth. We've all been there, right? You know, those moments when your brain-to-mouth filter malfunctions and you blurt out the absolute worst thing possible. It's like your inner voice is screaming, "No!" But it's too late. The damage is done. And trust me, there's nothing quite as awkward as the stunned silence that follows a verbal slip-up, especially when it happens in front of a crowd. But hey, at least it makes for a good story later, right? So, let's relive some of the most cringeworthy things people have said in public. Get ready to cringe. Chapter 4, Number 7, Getting Caught Singing. You know those moments when you're alone in your car, belting out your favorite tunes like nobody's watching? Yeah, we've all been there. But what happens when you get caught? I mean, really caught, like on camera, for the whole world to see? Well, it's pretty darn embarrassing, that's for sure. Suddenly, you're not just singing along to the radio, you're starring in your own personal karaoke nightmare. And the worst part? You know that somewhere out there your terrible rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody is being shared, liked, and commented on by millions of strangers. But hey, at least you're living your truth, right? So let's take a look at some brave souls who got caught singing their hearts out. Consequences be damned. Chapter 5, Number 6, Food Spills. Food, glorious food. It's one of life's greatest pleasures, right? Unless, of course, it ends up all over your shirt. Food spills, they're the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, a CEO, or just a regular Joe, nobody is safe from the wrath of a rogue ketchup squirt or a runaway coffee cup. And of course, it always seems to happen when you're wearing your best outfit, surrounded by important people, or worse, on a first date. But hey, at least it makes for a good story later, right? So, grab a napkin and get ready to laugh, and maybe cry a little, as we witness some of the most epic food fails ever caught on camera. Chapter 6, Number 5, Walking into Glass Doors. You know those invisible doors? The ones that seem to materialize out of thin air just waiting to trip up unsuspecting pedestrians? Yeah, those are the worst. One minute you're walking along lost in thought and the next minute, bam! You're face to glass with your own reflection, wondering what just happened. It's like the universe is playing a cruel joke on you, and the worst part? Everyone saw it. They saw you walk headfirst into a door that wasn't even there. But hey, at least you're not alone, right? So let's take a look at some poor souls who experience the shame of the invisible door. Just try not to laugh too hard, okay? Number 4. Public arguments. Arguments, they're never fun, but they're even worse when they happen in public. Suddenly, you're not just having a disagreement with your significant other, your best friend, or that random guy who cut you off in traffic. You're putting on a show for the entire world to see. And trust me, there's nothing quite as awkward as being caught in the crossfire of someone else's relationship drama. But hey, at least it makes for some pretty entertaining people watching, right? So grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready to witness some of the most cringe-worthy public arguments ever caught on camera. Chapter 8. Number 3. Forgetting someone's name. We've all been there. You're introduced to someone new, you shake their hand, you smile politely, and then it hits you. You're trying to make a good impression, maybe even trying to remember their face for future reference. But then, in the midst of all this, your mind goes completely blank. You have absolutely no idea what their name is. It's like a fog has descended over your memory, obscuring that crucial piece of information. You might even start to panic a little, wondering how you could forget something so quickly. It's like your brain just decided to take a vacation, leaving you stranded in a sea of awkwardness. You try to replay the moment in your head, hoping to catch a glimpse of their name tag or recall the introduction, but nothing comes to mind. And the worst part? You've been chatting with this person for a solid 5 minutes, and now it's way too late to ask. You're deep into a conversation about work, hobbies, or mutual friends, and the window to ask for their name has long closed. So you do what any sane person would do, you avoid saying their name at all costs, hoping they won't notice. You might start using generic terms like buddy or pal, or you might just avoid addressing them directly altogether, but of course they always notice. There's that moment when they look at you expectantly, waiting for you to say their name, and you can see the realization dawn on their face. And then comes the inevitable, "You don't remember my name, do you?" Ugh, the shame. You feel your face flush, and you might even stammer out an apology, but the damage is done. But hey, at least we can all laugh about it later, right? It's one of those universal experiences that everyone can relate to, and it makes for a great story to share with friends. So let's take a look at some poor souls who experience the dreaded name-forgetting phenomenon. These moments might be cringe-worthy, but they're also a reminder that we're all human, and we all make mistakes. Chapter 9, Number 2, Accidental Farts. Oh, the dreaded accidental fart. It's the ultimate betrayal of your own body, a symphony of embarrassment played out in a symphony of squeaks, toots, and rumbles. 1 minute you're minding your own business, and the next minute, poof! You've unleashed a sonic weapon upon the unsuspecting public. And of course, it always seems to happen at the worst possible time, during a job interview, a first date, or worse, in a crowded elevator. But hey, at least it's a natural bodily function, right? So let's take a deep breath, embrace the awkwardness, and relive some of the most hilarious accidental farts ever caught on camera. Chapter 10. Number 1. Misunderstanding Situations. You know those moments when you completely misinterpret a situation and end up looking like a total fool? It's like your brain decides to play a prank on you, leading you down a path of sheer confusion. You think you've got everything figured out, but then reality hits you like a ton of bricks. Yeah, those are the best. They might be mortifying in the moment, but they sure do make for some hilarious stories later on. You can't help but laugh at yourself when you look back at how ridiculous the whole situation was. It's like your brain takes a wrong turn somewhere, leaving you stranded in a land of confusion and embarrassment. You're left standing there trying to piece together what went wrong, while everyone else seems to be in on the joke. You think someone's waving at you, but it turns out they're waving at the person behind you. You wave back enthusiastically, only to realize your mistake when they walk right past you. You think you hear someone calling your name, but it's just someone with a similar-sounding name. You turn around, ready to greet them, only to find out they weren't talking to you at all. You think you're being invited to a party, but it turns out it's a work meeting. You show up in your best party outfit, only to be met with confused stares from your colleagues. Ugh, the possibilities for awkwardness are endless. From mistaking a stranger for an old friend to misinterpreting a text message, there's no shortage of ways to embarrass yourself. But hey, at least it makes for a good story later, right? These moments of confusion and embarrassment become the tales we share with friends, the anecdotes that make us laugh until we cry. So let's take a look at some poor souls who completely misread the room and live to tell the tale. Get ready to cringe. These stories are a reminder that we're all human and sometimes we just get it hilariously wrong. Outro, thanks for watching. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 most embarrassing public moments ever caught on camera. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot better about my own awkward encounters now. Remember, we've all been there. Life's too short to take ourselves too seriously. So embrace the cringe, laugh it off, and know that you're not alone. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more hilarious videos coming soon.